Good morning, dear students. I, Professor Basavaraj Koluche, welcome you all for today's lecture of business communication. In previous class, we have studied the various importance of business communication. Today, we shall discuss the barriers to effective communication. The process of communication has multiple barriers. Actually, at every stage, we can feel some or the other barriers will be there during the communication process. The intended communication will often be disturbed and leading to a condition of misunderstanding and failure of communication. That's why the barriers of effective communication could be of many times, like linguistic, psychological, emotional, physical, cultural, etc. Out of these barriers, we shall see one by one. But we should know that what does this barrier means. Barriers means the problems or the hurdles in the communication process. The first barrier is linguistic barrier. The language barrier is one of the main barrier that limit effective communication. Language is the most commonly employed tool of communication. The fact that each major region has its own language is one of the barrier to effective communication. Sometimes even a thick or even a small error in the words used in the language will change the meaning and create a problem. So here, and that too in a country like India, wherein at each state they have their regional language, it becomes very difficult to communicate in those particular languages. So this is the first barrier in communication. Second barrier in communication is psychological barrier. This barrier, there are various mental and psychological issues that may be barrier to effective communication. Some people have stage fear, speech fear, or speech disorders, or say phobia, depression, etc. All of these conditions are very difficult to manage sometimes and will most certainly limit the ease of communication. That's why many times we have seen that some people, they are good at doing but they cannot speak because psychologically they feel that they are not capable of doing so. So here this is the most difficult barrier to overcome. Till the person is mentally and psychologically prepared to speak or communicate his feeling, his ideas, his thoughts, it becomes very difficult to convey the message. So this second barrier is of psychological barrier. Third barrier is emotional barriers. The emotional IQ of a person determines the ease and comfort with which they can communicate. Here, a person who is emotionally mature will be able to communicate effectively. On the other hand, people who let their emotions take over will face certain difficulties. A perfect mixture of emotion and facts is necessary for effective communication. Emotions may like anger, frustration, humor can blur the decision making capacity of a person and thus limit the effectiveness of their communication. Usually in every situation it is difficult to control our emotions. So here emotions also become a barrier for effective communication. Because sometimes say if we are angry and our anger will not allow us to communicate the message in a proper way. We may be right at that point of time, but because of our anger, the message will go in a wrong way. That's why here we need to remember that the emotional barrier need to be controlled by, say, our thinking process and other points or other things. The next barrier is physical barrier to communication. This is the most obvious barrier to effective communication. These barriers are mostly easily removable in principle at least. They include barriers like noise, closed room, faulty equipment or faulty equipment used for communication, closed cabins, etc. Sometimes it is a large office, the physical here sometimes the office may be large or big. The physical separation between various employees combined with faulty equipments may result in severe barrier to effective communication. So the physical barrier, it can be removed easily provided we use the proper tool to overcome this barrier. The next is cultural barriers of communication. As the word cultural states that the culture of a particular area. As the world is getting more and more globalized, any large office may have people from several parts of the world. Different cultures, different, say, traditions have a different meaning for several basic values of society. Dressing, religions, or say lack of them, or say the food habits, drinks, pets, and the general behavior will change drastically from one culture to another. Because of which it is a must that we must take these different cultures or cultures into account while communication. This is what we call being culturally appropriate. In many multinational companies, special course or offers at the organization stages that let people to know about other culture and how to become, say, tolerant or mingle with each other. In many companies, you can see that during the festivals of each and every caste and other country festivals, those festivals are celebrated in that company, and the people belonging to that culture will explain the importance of that culture and that festival. So likewise, they will get to know the culture from which they belong to. And these cultures and other things becomes difficult to understand and communicate with each other. So this is one of the barrier for effective communication. Next is organizational structure barrier. As we saw, there are many methods of communication at organizational level. Each of these methods has its own problems and constraints. That may be because barriers to effective communication. Most of these barriers arise because of, say, misinformation or lack of appropriate transparency available to the employees. So the structure, hierarchy, or many times the political issues in jobs also. Nowadays, you can see the political attitude or groupism in the companies and or in the organizations, because of which it becomes difficult to communicate or make the communication effective in the companies or in a corporate field. Next point of barrier is attitude barriers. Certain people like to be left alone. They are the introverts or just people who are not very social. Others like to be social or sometimes extra, say, mingling with them. Both these cause or cases could be a barrier to communication. Some people have attitude issues like huge ego and, say, reserved behavior. Even these things make a problem while or will be a barrier for effective communication. So these kind of people with ego and behavioral aspects, these employees can cause several strains in the communication channels that they are present in. Many times, certain personality traits like shyness, anger, social anxiety may be, say, removable through some courses or some training, and proper training will lead to change it. However, problems like egocentric behavior and selfishness may not be correctable. The next point of barrier is perception. Different people perceive the same thing differently. This is a fact which we must consider during the communication process. Knowledge of the say perception level of a particular audience is crucial to effective communication. All the messages or communication must be easy and clear, and the there should not be any room for a diversification or, say, turning of the message into different ways, because each and every individual have their own perceptions about a particular company or about the particular person, and these perceptions make them to think in a different way. So the real message what they want to communicate may not be that effective. So this is one of the barrier related to perception. The next is technological barrier. Psychological barrier already we have discussed. Technological barrier and socio-religious barriers. These technological barriers or the technologies used in these communications. The technology is developing very fast, and as a result, it becomes difficult to keep up with the newest developments. Hence, sometimes the technology advance may become a barrier. In addition to this, the cost of technology is sometimes very high. Let us take an example. Nowadays, these online classes have made the parents to purchase a smartphone. The cost has been increased, and the parents may not be technologically savvy, and they may give the mobile to the students or their wards. And at that point of time, the students like you will, say, misuse it. Or nowadays what you people do is, you people play the video and you all sit, you are not attentive at all in these videos. Or if it is a Zoom class, you all will log in and just leave it away, you all will not be even listening to the class. So this are some of the technological barriers which we may face. Hence, the technological advancement may become a barrier in upcoming days. In addition to these, the cost and etc. will be more for the communication process. The next is socio-religious barriers. Most of the organizations will be able to afford a decent tech for the purpose of communication. Hence, this becomes a very crucial barrier. The other barrier, like socio-religious barrier, is a, say, wherein we live in a society with different castes, cultures, and gender, transgender, male, female. So all these things make an impact in the communication process. So these are some of the barriers which may be creating problem for making the communication process effective and successful. So these barriers can be, say, overcome, and make the communication process very effective and healthy. So in this class we shall stop here. In tomorrow's class we shall start with the written communication. Thank you. Good day.